our next thing for tonight, I don't know how funny it'll be. I saw this when I was drunk and I thought it was really funny. Sometimes that doesn't. It's just like a big shill, and I'd like to see your guys' reaction.
Hello everyone, it's Erin, and I'm here to talk about a pretty interesting...
Do you know who this is? This is Mike Matei.
Yes,
this is
I do.
Mike Matei's girlfriend. Okay.
But highly anticipated in the retro gaming community, and that is
I haven't seen her.
It's yellow.
Her
it's
space.
Tiny, it looks like an even cuter version of the Game Boy Pocket.
Oh wait.
And it has a crank. Playdate is the new little device from Panic Software.
Oh yeah, I heard this thing is fucking retarded.
Yeah.
I heard this thing is so fucking stupid. Like,
I don't
what's
know.
the point?
I don't know. I hope it's like I like watched this. And I was like, man, she's just like shilling it so hard.
So when they reached out and asked if I would like to be,
it's like Jacksepticeye in the Google Stadia.
Yeah. In my review, I'm going to be focusing on the actual hardware, and I'll also be going over a lot of the games in a general sense. So
how many are there? 10?
You can tell that a lot of care went into making this thing. Everything from the boot up screen to the settings, lock screen, etc. packs so much personality. The buttons feel solid, and I was surprised at how nice the D-pad feels. Compared to a Game Boy, this display is 400 by 240, while the Game Boy...
It's just like such a stupid thing.
Yeah, because
like an entire...
good.
I don't know how much it costs. If it costs like $20, you know, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you could sell them at the gas station.
Yeah, like that's fine. Like, oh, that's cute. Yeah, this is who the fuck was 1980. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Erin's not bad. I don't like that she has fake red hair.
Ooh, yeah, it's not gonna look good when she gets older.
Yeah.
She's gonna look like a wretched old hag.
Man, she's getting old. She's like 31, 32. 31, 32, living with Mike Matei.
Real, dude, I would have said 40.
Not having any kids.
I would have said 40 on this
her.
Broad.
No, dude, no. She's still.
Yes,
she's like said early 30s.
She's my age. No fucking way. Fuck you.
I think it's the voice.
Yeah,
how she presents herself too.
Yeah,
but
she
it's
seems
not
way older than 30.
Yeah, I mean, she's not. She's fine. You know.
Is 160 by 144. It's very
the display looks aight.
This is only natural redheads.
Yeah, but Tab, it's 2022. The display on something black and white like this. It's like,
oh wait, did you? No, but did you hear? Listen to this.
And much like the original Game Boy, it's sadly not backlit.
Oh yeah, that would have cost too much money, dude.
It's not backlit. But everything, but fucking like.
Dude, you ain't got lights. You ain't got lights in 2022.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, she's fine. I mean, obviously, like I'm not.
But you can actually manage to play it with no problem, and you don't need a ton of light.
Kittler's not having it.
About the crank.
He does not think she is fine.
The Playdate, after all, it's what makes the console stand out from the crowd.
I don't think she's fine. I think she's fine, as in she's good enough.
I don't know.
Knob controllers have existed already since the Pong console or Atari days, but this is a fresh new take on the concept of a controller with a twisting motion. You have to try out the game.
Dude, that looks hideous. Like it's gonna break too, dude. Come on.
Oh my god, we're only a minute and 40 seconds in.
Dude, you should have to crank it for the backlight.
Oh wait. Hold up. Sorry.
This shit is so retarded.
I know.
An equivalent with a D-pad or even a really good analog stick. I'll be able to justify that.
She has nice legs. And a nice fat butt. Well, I don't know. Her most viewed video is like the thumbnail of it is her. Well, here we can watch it after.
A little later when we look at some games and see how they utilize the crank. You can press the buttons while also using the crank.
In before I'd like her to utilize my crank, you know what I'm saying?
Basically,
yeah.
One of the things about the crank that is very special is the idea of velocity. The speed in which
Yeah, it's fucking retarded.
can create a different
Yeah, this is so
effect.
dumb, dude.
That's what a...
The test option in the system's firmware allows you to see how the hardware is able to measure the speed of cranking. You can do
What?
incredibly slight, minute options with this crank, or you can really go nuts with it. It's a range of motion that just doesn't exist with the typical analog stick.
You can
The
press
crank
the
feels
buttons.
a lot more sturdy than I thought it would. My biggest concern was that it would
You
get
did
caught
just
on
go
things
nowhere
like
with that, huh?
in
You
the
should just say you can press the buttons. Yeah, we
A
can
lot
press the
of-
buttons while they're cranking. Yeah.
She's a,
Sure.
she's a sweet girl, but a lot of people make fun of her because it's just...
Well, yeah, obviously she's gonna put up videos on this fucking thing. I'm sure even Mike
But like
was
all
just
of
like, "Good
all,
God, I
all
don't
of
want to hear
her
about this."
yeah, all of her fans are just like simps.
bag
Oh,
or
yeah.
in your pocket.
They're
But
built
it
in at this
actually
point.
can tuck itself into the side of the console, which is really convenient
Losers.
because you're not going to
Yeah,
need
he's
the
got the
crank for every game.
Donkey Kong
One
music.
little flaw though that I did notice was that when playing some of the more
Wait, is that Donkey Kong?
the crank does
Or is it
scrape against the
that
console
Pilot Wings?
a little bit, so keep that in mind. And despite that one minor flaw, it is an impressive sturdy mechanism that works amazingly well. But wow, did my hand get tired after trying some of these games. Some require
Yeah,
a
'cause
lot out of you. You can switch between games and menus.
So it has no back. So you gotta watch it in good lighting, and if not, you gotta
You're
like
not playing.
squint at it, and you're fucking like you're twisting the fucking crank. It sounds
Yeah, and it's
just
not-
like this sounds like a miserable experience. Yeah, not cranking at anything in 2022. She's not really that popular. I mean, she has like 10,000 subscribers, maybe.
Menus insanely fast. I was shocked at how fast the game starts when you stop playing one and start another. Some have a loading screen or title screen that
2022,
you need
it
to
should.
get past, but
Oh, I'm sorry,
starts
Tasty.
immediately.
Hold up.
And the scrolling with the crank through the games is seamless. It's a very nice and fast menu. The menu button is basically both a
Aw.
home button and a pause button. Any game will always pause with the same button.
Well,
There are
know,
also a lot of accessibility options.
We were hoping for one,
to make sure
but
your console is working as it should.
it's been a lot easier
As for
having a
games,
daughter.
they're currently being released
I feel
in
like.
seasons, and right now
Mostly
there
because
are
we got a lot of shit handed down to us.
24 games in that
Dude, you
season.
need
Since I
yeah,
received
you
mine
need
for
you need
review
somebody to
purposes,
pass
I was
everything
able
on
to
to.
unlock all the
In
games
our
that-
family, you only mail it.
But
Only
if you
mail.
end up buying one at
children.
retail,
My
you
next
can
my
get
next
it
child will be a
instantly,
son.
And then 2 new games
It has
every
to be.
week after that until you receive all 24.
You just keep saying it.
I'll transition them.
Game is available, it
Yeah,
will
no, you'll
instantly
just-
tell you
you'll
of
just
the
marry
whole
another
series,
woman.
which is pretty cool.
Oh no.
Like, all right,
Now
we
for
tried
the
twice.
games. Let's take
Next.
a look at some of them. By the way, the only way you can capture footage from the Playdate is
It's
by
old
using their
school.
software called Mirror.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
want to start off with Time Travel
we're-
Adventures.
yeah,
Since I feel like this was the game featured the most in previews, and
Yeah, don't worry about that, Tasty. We've that.
Oh, this is
we
this-
talked
this
talked
game-
about that well before. Well before she was even born.
this is the flagship game, dude. The stick figure guy.
Not
game.
sending her to
Robot
public school.
Man. This game is not easy.
Even here in Florida, where teachers are banned from talking about gender or whatever the fuck until 3rd grade. Wow, that's really gonna make a big difference.
Dude, we didn't get it until 5th. What the fuck is going on? And
Not
and
sex
weren't talking
talk,
about
dude. Fucking like weirdo faggot shit.
gender.
Not
Yeah,
like
weirdo
not
stuff. Not even just
science.
like anatomy.
Not science.
anatomy.
Yeah, not
Weirdo gender bending.
Yeah,
shit.
because every teacher is a fucking,
Weirdo.
I had a hard
Yeah.
time with it since you need to crank like your life.
and it makes sense. Like I'm like, what person like us would want to go and fucking be a fucking teacher?
Oh, I know.
So of course it's
So
gonna get just filled by like the worst fucking like millennial stupid white women as possible, and other types of women,
Fupa having white
Whatever.
women.
and just whatever.
Think about all the
Well,
teachers
success
in
of
high
your
school that
date
just had
depends on
fupas.
it. And your date is not happy with you no matter how hard you try. Ouch! Basically, you're late for your date the second the game starts.
Yeah,
I
ours
don't
was in
actually
5th grade
think
too.
There's a way to make it on time unless
Oh.
I was playing it wrong and missed something. You have to watch out for butterflies and other things. To dodge, you bend over to smell flowers.
I remember I was
or
so
tilt
afraid
your
I was
head
gonna
down
start
to
laughing
sip
and get
coffee.
kicked out.
Each data
I
remember
did get in
thinking-
trouble. It's weird.
basically a physical challenge.
It was like one of the last classes, and me and some other kid just got
It's a fun concept.
just got the giggles. We got the giggles.
Dude, he did one time where the whole class was laughing hysterically over something.
I don't even know what it was. You know, it's just like one kid starts laughing, and it's you know.
There was our teacher showed us the
Maze.
that,
Maze is a really interesting game that doesn't
that
even
comic.
have a title in the home screen.
Oh,
that-
that's what it was, and we all
Yeah.
started laughing at it because it was so fucking stupid.
Marble-like circle into
Yeah.
a bigger circle.
And even as 12-year-olds, we realized this is fucking stupid, whatever it was.
In fifth though, did you guys have Mr. Schofield too?
That's for sure.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Pedophile, right? Like he was definitely.
Yeah,
You know, no, dude, I'll never forget. Okay, so
And the puzzles are tough.
like no way he wasn't.
one time in like fourth grade, it must have been fourth grade or fifth. No, it was fourth. It was really weird. There was like a big like sleepover, like it was like on like a Friday night, and it was in the library.
That's
And
weird.
It was like a class sleepover, like all the entire like fourth grade, and I'll never forget looking. I remember like mentioned this. I looked. No, Mr. Schofield was there, and I remember him just like holding a kid that I knew in my grade because Mr. Schofield was like it wasn't he like kind of like special ed-ish sort of
What
in
was
a way,
he doing, holding the kid hostage?
or maybe he was like a counselor. I don't know, but he was just like he was holding the kid in like a very weird way.
He shouldn't be even touching
Yeah,
the kid.
but there was other things because I remember like being a kid and being like, wasn't that a thing that like he would say like I feel like I remember now like he would like try to look at like, wow, that's weird. I'm just having a bunch of like weird probably not for the cozy weekender, but no, I remember kids like saying that he would like try to look at like their dicks. Do you remember that?
What? When?
Yeah, I remember that. That's funny. I haven't thought about that in years. Holy
How?
shit. I mean, not me. I don't know. I just remember like people like in the stall, like he would like get next to you like in like the bathroom.
That's fucking crazy.
I remember people saying that.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Probably. but
And then
that's
like I was
fucking
saying like
crazy.
that like big like he was like holding that kid like he had his like arms like around the kid and like the kid was like between his, you know, like they're both sitting up because we were watching Shrek. They put Shrek on. I think
he's giving him a fucking massage. Mr. Schofield's giving him a back rub.
Yeah, Schofield is Jewish, right? I mean, in retrospect, like the guy, I mean, I don't know, he looked, but anyways, get the Tard mixes voices mixed up. But, anyways, wow, that was a weird excursion there. What were we talking? Oh, sex. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, he taught the sex ed class. My coach in high school tried to touch my junk, so yeah. Jesus, that's very dark.
Everyone is going to be into this, but it does show off the crank very well.
Back to the crank.
Speaking of golf.
Thanks for
Executive
sharing,
golf
friend.
is kind of like 2D side-scrolling.
This is a
golf,
wild
and
tangent
you
over
get
a fucking
to
crank video
the
game.
level of the skyscraper. It's
Over a
hard.
video game console
It
with a
has
crank
nice
on
music,
it.
but it's somehow fitting. The crank is used to aim the ball, which makes me really want to play a pool game on the Playdate.
Wow,
Or
this
hell,
sucks.
even a
Looks
normal
like it
golf
sucks.
game would be fun on this thing.
How much is
This
this?
is an example of a game that
Too much.
benefits
Like
from the
120
crank,
bucks,
but
I bet.
doesn't really need it.
Fuck you.
It
If I remember
does have
correctly.
more concise control.
What is it
Oh,
called?
that's hot,
Piece of
Blogger.
shit?
Analog stick,
What's this thing
probably
called? The
something
piece
like
of shit?
Got it made. Got it made. Got it
Star
made.
Sled. In Star Sled, you make loops around the sparks to get rid of them.
Hot in summer.
That's it.
Yeah,
It's
lemonade,
fun.
lemonade,
It's really obvious what
lemonade.
you're supposed to do.
It gets hot in summer.
Play it.
Lemonade. Oh
And
yeah.
I find it super
gonna
satisfying.
type in
to get rid of
crank
the
and
little
That's so
I
fucking
liked
funny.
it. The game
It's hot
also
summer.
justifies using the crank for precise
Oh, it's
control,
called the
even though
Playdate.
it could be played with an analog stick. The tighter you get to the object you're looping around, the more points you get, but it's not easy to do.
Why is it so much money? Why are they so much money? What?
Sasquatchers. I describe Sasquatchers as
Mr.
a
Blue.
mix between a
This kind of
Yeah.
reminds me in some way of like a virtual
do
boy.
you guys really want to know how much these are going for?
How much?
I mean, secondhand. I mean, you know, like on eBay.
I can only
Or, like,
find them
on
on
the
eBay or
site.
Mercari.
Oh yeah.
You want to know how much?
This is a new video.
Upwards. I'm gonna say upwards of 250.
More.
No.
Really?
No. No.
More.
No. No way. How
More.
much? How much? How much?
450.
But these are like these are people reselling them.
I guess, but they're the only places you can get them are 350 from Mercari, eBay 450, eBay 450, 425, 417.
That's
From
that's
StockX?
unreal.
Who wants these? Like, who fucking cares? To the point where this thing is like sold out to the point where resellers are selling them for $450.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that's disgusting.
Advance Wars and Pokemon Snap. You take selfies by aiming with the crank, and you have to be sure to catch something interesting in the background. You know, like Bigfoot. You have to get as many views and likes as possible, aka points, on your photos because you're a science influencer.
That analog
which I
pocket
found
system is on pre-order.
Snack. I was excited to
For a
see a
lot.
game like Snake on the Playdate called Snack.
don't
And
care
once
about
I
it.
actually played it, I realized it wasn't totally like Snake.
Or
And although that made me sad, it's still fun. Firstly, you do not use.
Yeah,
the
it's a
crank.
lot of money for a
You
piece
use
of
the
shit.
D-pad,
You're right.
It's actually
Boring
quite
stream.
nice. You have to
Yeah,
eat
just
the
get a
apples
Steam Deck. I
before
kind of
they
want a
bite
Steam
you.
Deck now.
That's right, these
And
apples
this
bite
game has
back.
Snake,
But
dude.
much like the classic Snake game, you can't touch the sides of the screen. You can also jump, which is how you get the chompy apples off your body. If you let an apple crawl up to your head, you lose.
Wow, this is
$450.
Inventory Hero. Inventory Hero is another game that...
Yeah, I mean these are just basic like games. I mean, I won't lie, like I like the aesthetics of it, you know, sort of retro, like simple, but it's just like for what it is, like you play play this on your phone or a computer. Like
the crank, and it's all about inventory management, and it kind of plays it.
yeah, like, that's what I thought was so funny about it. Like she is just like going so hard. Like I don't know what she got for this.
You're constantly dropping.
She just
in
get a
equipment
free
items,
one of these
which I guess
for doing the
sounds shallow
review.
on paper, but playing it is really addicting. You have to watch out for things like rabbits because, you know, as rabbits do, they multiply really fast and quickly fill up your inventory, which you do not want. The first boss is a crow that puts things like bombs or a corncob pipe in your inventory,
Yeah.
and you have to get rid of these items fast. Forest burns up in smoke. This game immediately impressed me with its cuteness. You are a park ranger rescuing little campers from a forest fire. The sprites are adorable, so naturally you want to save them from burning to death.
Dude, they couldn't even make
From
this
burning
fucking
to
thing in
death.
color,
From a
dude.
giant
They
wall
couldn't
of
even make
death
this
is a
fucking thing in
device to create
color,
tension in a video game.
right?
The character you play as uses a shovel to do everything, so the game was
Well,
clearly inspired
that's the
by
thing, Groidal. Like I think like a lot of people who are like really into like retro shit,
hardware. For one,
that's like the market for this, you know.
buttons are capable of giving
Oh, I'd love to
challenging
punch.
2D
I'd love to
platforming
punch somebody in the face.
Also,
Sucker
you
punch
can
somebody who's playing one of these.
platforming
You know what I
to
mean?
use the
Just
crank to pull up campers stuck down a well.
see somebody
Great.
playing it,
It's
just stop
actually
what you.
a
Hold on
awesome
for a
normal
minute.
Stance of playing a platformer and grabbing the crank real quick, and then back to platforming again.
Holy shit.
No, it's just black and white.
B360.
Yeah,
So
you
this
can't
is
just
basically
have
a
color.
360-degree
man.
breakout game, hence the name, which makes excellent use of the crank.
Yeah, these look like calculator
The game is
games.
pretty much what you see on the screen here.
Yeah, you can
This
program
game
this
is
under your
notable for
T80
having
calculator
extremely
in
good
fucking
music.
geometry class in 10th grade. You're good enough. If you're good enough with it, you can program games. Did anyone else?
I do like this. I do like this
program
music though.
games onto their calculators.
Playdate
think you
is
could
retro
program
in many
Pokemon on
ways,
that
but
fucker.
not in the audio department. This game strongly resembles the classic 360
Oh, what was that?
shooter Gyrus, which is pretty
You just
cool.
sit there typing
Games
code
like
into the
Breakout
fucking
really play a lot
calculator for
better
like
with
Dope
10 hours,
Wars.
and then eventually you get a
Yeah.
game to work.
This crank controller does a superb
I remember
job
kids
of
doing that in my
controlling
class. You just see them there sitting there on the type or on the calculator in the middle of class, just furiously typing code, and it was just like, what the fuck? And then they have like Pokemon Blue. No, they did. Unfortunately, they don't have the crank.
Battleship Godios.
You need the crank.
Battleship Godios is a very
Oh no,
simple
that's
shop
what
where
it
you have
was,
to collect your
Groigel.
bouncy
Dope
bullets
Wars.
again
That's
after
what they were
finding them.
fucking doing.
I didn't want to
I
spend too
remember
much time
that
with
when
this
they were
one, but it
selling, yeah.
shows how the Playdate
That was fun.
works with
I
features
found.
using the crank. When you die, you use the crank to rewind time and choose a spot you want to respawn.
Yeah, just get a
which I
fucking
find to be a very
PS5.
clever game mechanic.
Just buy a broken Atari Jaguar for $400 for Christ's sake and try to fix it. That's a better fucking value.
Okay, so I really enjoyed Flipper Lifter. This is a game where you play as an elevator, and you have to get the penguins in the building to the floor they want to go to. The crank controls the elevator. This one is easy to grasp right away and extremely addictive. Basically, you crank the elevator to a floor, the door opens, and the penguin gets on and off of the elevator.
Yeah, don't even worry about a gaming PC. Get yourself a
Penguins hate
PC
waiting too long
engine.
for the elevator to arrive, but they
Turbo
also
graphics.
hate staying on the elevator for too long. It's a very delicate balance. You have to keep the penguins moving or else you receive a time penalty. And getting to zero
Keep
time
penguins
ends the game.
moving.
As you
It's
survive
like a
longer,
Game & Watch
the game
game.
adds more floors to the level to increase
Yes.
the difficulty. You
That's
can try
what
to
it's
beat the
like.
best high score
Yeah, it's like
or
playing
reach
Game &
score
Watch
goals to
Gallery
unlock
4.
new levels. Pick, Pack, Pup. For starters, this game shows you the crank can be used to go through a cutscene. You move the crank through the screen. This game taught me how to dock the crank, and that the Playdate can actually detect if the crank is docked or not. Unfortunately, this gets annoying after the first time because you need to pull the crank out to watch a cutscene, and then it is mandatory to dock it again.
What the fuck
The
is
game
this?
involves you playing as a dog who works for a
$450.
shop that resembles Amazon. The satire going on in this game is pretty funny. It's a puzzle game that's reminiscent of Tetris Attack and Bejeweled. Line up the shapes to make a group of 3 or more.
That's something when I play a video game. Satire.
Boxes clutter up the playfield,
Yeah,
which will
right.
prevent you from making bigger
When
changes.
I play a crank-based
But you
video
can click
game.
the boxes to clear them, and the game will resupply you with more shapes.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Those cranks are gonna snap off not on purpose.
For each stage.
Yeah,
And
a
it's
lot
gonna
of
it's
them
gonna
do
render
that.
it completely useless.
Yeah, you're gonna have to jam a pen in there and twist it.
Was advertised with the Playdate. I didn't really like this one at first because I could not get the hang of it at all.
That's what it should
But
be.
I sat with it and figured it out for the most part. You're playing as a surfer and you're trying to do as many tricks as you can to get points before you run out of waves. Radical! This resembles the surfing segment from California Games, but it's controlled entirely with the crank. So it appears you're supposed to build up as much speed as you can in order to launch high off of the wave, and then do
Looks
as many
terrible.
rotations as you can. But you also have to land at the right angle so you don't wipe out. The best I was able to do was a triple, and I got a nice little congratulations message. I also want to point out how perfect the font is.
Wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
I think this is for whoever said it earlier, hipsters.
Alright, so I know that wasn't
Yeah, to play on the
but
bus
those were just the ones that stuck out to me that I wanted
when they're
to
going to
mention. I
fucking
think they were all pretty good examples of how
get
the
their
Playdate's
coffee
hardware
or
is
wherever the
used.
fucking
To recap,
Brooklyn.
I think the Playdate is a very fun and unique little device.
Milk probably
You can
sees
tell
these
a lot of
fuckers.
care and attention to detail went into this thing.
How much you want to bet if we said, hey, have you seen that thing with the crank handle video game? He's like, oh yeah, I see that anytime I go into the city.
Yeah.
People sit around Central Park playing that fucking thing. Bunch of faggy looking people.
Against the side of the console.
Bunch of fags, I see them all the time.
Backlit version of this in the future, because that would probably make a lot of people happy.
Somebody is Rampart. Somebody's giving them money.
Honestly, the not having a backlight is the
Oh, so it's only
That's the-
supposed to retail for $179 is the actual retail.
Thank you so much for watching.
Jeez.
What did that say about? Let's pre-order.
So it says it's shipping. So some Oh,
Oh,
because they filled their
okay.
capacity.
Oh,
that's
so
why
it
they're
goes for still though 180. It goes for
So it's
180
already
USD.
sold out though, but they already sold out for 2022.
Jesus fucking Christ!
So they're not even gonna get any more until next year, dude.
They sold out.
The price on these things
That
is gonna
sold
go
out.
even higher if there's only...
Flippa.
Dude, I'm not buying these at 450 a whack.
No, you got to
To
pre-order,
flip
dude.
them more. I know. I got to pre-order like a dozen of these queer little bastards.
I still think it's a risky.
Yeah, no, it's a stupid ass investment. I would never do this.
But I don't know. I mean, it's who knows.
Well, I hope you
No,
guys
the only
enjoyed
thing
my
that I'm
review,
gonna
and
dump
thank
money
you so
into
much
is
for watching. See you
like
next
Nintendo.
time. Bye.
Unless it's got a fucking
Alright.
Nintendo seal of quality on it, I ain't investing in it.
Let's find the video. It's kind of old now.
I got
There.
17 of these little Game & Watch systems that they put out.
Here we go. It's almost a 250,000 views.
For playing the Power Pad.
Most of her other, she has like 70,000. Most of her other videos get like 20,000 views. Look at the thumbnail. Wait.
Hey guys.
No, I don't think so.
Crappy gaming experience.
Oh, look
What's
at
that poster? Yeah, dude. What's that fucking poster right there? Mayor McCheese Classic Hamburglar. What's that say? Dude, I gotta get that. I gotta get that poster.
What does that say? The sneaky Hamburglar was trying to spy.
That I want.
So Mayor McCheese wanted. What does that say?
That I want. So Mayor McCheese.
Oh, painted over something. Huh.
It's your boy, Aaron. Oh my god, dude. That poster's fucking sick.
It's your trans, Aaron. It's your troon, Aaron.
So it was only
I don't think she's Jewish.
a matter of time before I finally bought one of these. A power pad! And I know, much like the Power Glove, it's probably gonna suck, but I've just always been intrigued by it. The Power Pad was first known in Europe and North America as the Family Fun Fitness in 1987. It was released by Bandai and came with the Athletic World Game Pack. I believe the only other game released specifically for the Family Fun Fitness brand was the infamous Stadium events. But I'm not gonna talk about it because I'm tired of hearing about it, and I'm sure you are too. It appears that when it was released in Japan in 1986,
The actual Famicom, I think, was so much like cooler looking.
the look
Yeah.
of the Family
I loved how,
Fun is
except for the
very
fact that
similar
the
to Family
fucking
Fun Fitness
controllers were
pad,
hardwired
which
in.
shouldn't be surprising since these are both
Ooh.
Yeah,
Bandai products.
the NES was
In
brutal as
1988,
an
Nintendo
architecture.
acquired the rights from Bandai
Yeah,
and
it's, like, so much
rebranded it
bigger.
as the Power Pad.
Like the Famicom,
Because
I love the
everything in
color
America
scheme,
has
like
to
the
have
fucking
word
cream
power
and
in the
like
name. So in the US, all
Maroon.
the Family Fun Fitness pads were recalled and replaced
Not
with
maroon.
the Power Pad. You simply connect
She's
the
not
Power Pad
Jewish,
to
she's
your
ugly.
NES by plugging it into the controller port.
Yeah,
the
she's
top
just
top
yucky
loader was very
These require
aesthetic
you
too,
to
though.
Insert it into the second controller port.
She's just
because
yucky
you may
looking.
need the NES controller to navigate through menus. It's very loud to walk on and reminds me of these
Nice.
exercise mats my parents had in the early 90s. It's basically just made out of plastic with a thin layer of foam. Alright, and now let's look at the games. This thing is probably gonna
Let's look at
kick
your
my
feet.
ass, and I'll
Yes,
have
yeah,
several
now let's look
asthma
at my
attacks.
feet on the pads.
Dance aerobics felt like a good one to start out with. It seems like a good warm-up for the hell that we'll get into later, and I think the little instructor is absolutely adorable. It's not a bad game for the Power Pad, really. I mean, it's basically the precursor to all those Wii Fit games, and it kind of gives me some DDR vibes. After trying this one out,
Some
I quickly
DDR
learned that
vibes.
you need to stretch before playing any Power Pad games. This one has you reaching all over the pad. Kind of like a less intense version of Twister. But if you're someone like me who sits on
got
their butt
multiple
all day
Power
playing
Pads,
video
you see
games,
that?
you may need to prepare yourself. Stage 1 is easy enough, but Stage 2 gets a bit
That I am a fan of. I don't know. Let's wait for chat.
Tricky.
Just
I
having her
failed
down
stage
there.
Chat say, "Oh, did you see that jig? Oh, look at that jiggle oh, look at that. Hold up.
plane because my ass kept landing on the back buttons.
Oh,
Prepare yourself. Stage
50
1
quid.
is easy enough, but stage 2 gets
Yeah.
a bit tricky. I
Yeah.
failed stage
Oof.
2 the first time.
Yeah, you can
playing
see a little bit of
because my ass
cellulite.
kept landing on the back buttons. I don't know. Maybe I'll have better luck next time. All right, so we're gonna start with dance aerobics on the power pad because
those posters.
when I think of fitness,
Neo
I
Geo.
think of the power pad. Okay, which would we like? Dance aerobics, of course. Ooh, what's pad antics? I might actually have to try that. But first we're gonna start with dance aerobics. I wish I had her outfit. I think this would have been like cooler if I had the leotard and the sweatbands and the leg warmers. I was obsessed with this really weird stop.
Yeah,
motion
her
Barbie.
her
Mike's a
labia.
biter.
And that's what I'm thinking of.
her labia hang really low.
See, I do my own movements.
I like that's working.
Big gray bat wings.
All my years of jumping and cheerleading in middle school are finally paying off.
Body and face not
Tells
all
you
there.
How many mistakes you've made. I kind of like that. It lets you know, like, kind of how many lives you have. So we've messed up once. It's pretty good, because I am not a power pad professional, but I'm gonna be. I feel like I'm in one of those workout videos from the 80s. This is my version of Mousercise. We completed this level! So I guess that's our password, our pass stamp.
Wow, she seems like she's just like
we're sitting
doesn't want to do this. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is Mike forcing her?
No. Based Mike would never do that. I think she's just
Dead inside.
I think she's just a woman in a community
Yeah.
that's,
Oh, look at me. I'm not good at this game. Haha.
that's what everyone says. 'Cause she's a girl. She's not good at anything. All or other, yeah. But
Down for this one.
oh my god, 4 minutes. Okay, fucking. We're almost at 3 hours. We gotta move on. Any other good shots? There's her feet again. I don't
Oh,
know.
he's so mad.
Maybe we'll come back to Erin at another time.